Hello boys and girls, welcome back to the channel. Today, if you've clicked on this video, clearly you want to know a little bit about building muscle. So I'm going to tell you something. We've got three keys here that I'm going to be talking about today. You've got your food, you got your training, and then you got your enjoyment levels. The last one I feel is very often overlooked, but I'm going to be covering all of them briefly, and I might do a little video further down the line talking about them a little bit more in depth. But for now, let's go to key number one, which is, hold up, before we continue, if you do not like and subscribe and share this video, then you're going to have the rest of your life, every morning, you're going to wake up and you're going to feel mildly upset. So make sure you do that. Help a brother out. Your food. So there's typically going to be three different phases you're in when you are trying to build muscle and you're on your physique journey. You're going to have your bulking, your massing phase, whatever you want to call that. That's where your body weight is going up. You're going to have your maintenance phase or your recomping phase where your body weight is going to be staying about the same. And you're also going to be having your cutting phase or shredding phase where you're going to be losing fat and your body weight is going to be going down. So before we think about going into any of these phases, you need to be objectively able to look at your physique and establish kind of where your body fat is. So if you are very, very lean, quite skinny perhaps, especially in the beginning stages, if you're a younger guy or girl going on this journey, then more than likely you want to be on a bulk. That means you're eating in a surplus, you're eating more calories than you're burning. The amount of calories is very person dependent. It doesn't matter if you and your mate both weigh 70 kilos, one of you might have to eat 3,500 to gain weight, and the other one might only have to eat 2,500 calories to gain weight. And unfortunately, that is just genetic. Over time, these amounts will change, but you know, they're kind of they're set where they're set, and there's not too much you can do about it. Especially again, if you are kind of starting out, you're very lean. A lot of people will struggle with actually eating a lot of the food. That's where shakes come in handy if you want to get any mass gainers. Again, any liquid calories are going to help you massively. Adding honey to your meals, game changer. Adding peanut butter to your meals, game changer. Even Rice Krispie treats, a few of those dirtier foods definitely be beneficial. Obviously, you want to be keeping the majority of your diet clean. Again, keeping rice sauces, pasta where needed, breads, bagels, things like that, lean meats. But again, if you can't get the calories in, you're not going to gain any weight. So the most important thing here is calories. If you're in your maintenance phase, and obviously you need to be keeping your body weight stable. So for this, again, keep the protein high and you're just trying to eat at maintenance, making sure you're not losing weight and you're also not gaining weight. Obviously, if you lose weight, then you need to increase your calories. And if you gain weight, then you need to decrease your calories. And lastly, if you're in a deficit, you need to be making sure that you are losing weight week to week. Again, the easiest way to sustain weight loss or fat loss, in my opinion, is eating whole foods. The second you start throwing in loads of shakes and loads of empty calories, things like sugary drinks, coffees, like the Starbucks where you're kind of drinking 350 calories, it's like you're going to struggle. Long term, you're going to struggle. The more whole foods you eat, the more you can fill your stomach up, the easier that process is going to be for you. And hydration is very, very, very key, especially when you're in fat loss. So no matter what phase you're in, ideally the majority of your food is going to be clean. Again, when I say clean, I'm talking about lean meats, for example, chicken, lean beef, fish, things of that nature, eggs. You want to be avoiding your more processed meats or really high fatty meats, things like lamb, pork, like pork sausages. But again, at the end of the day, you need to be eating things that you can stick to long term. So I generally like to stick with an 80-20 rule for the majority of my clients. The majority of the time, be eating good, clean foods, but 20% of the time, allow yourself to have a little something extra, a little treat here and there to keep you kind of going in the right direction, not too stressed. So next up, we have your training. As a minimum, I believe no matter what phase you're in, if you want to be doing things as effectively and as efficiently as possible, 4 times per week. 3 times a week, I think, is doable in some circumstances, but if you really want to have very good results, 4 times I think is a minimum. I personally would never go over 6 days a week. I think anything more than that is overkill. Typically, you're not going to be able to recover, and also you just don't need to do that much. If anything, you're going to be eating into muscle when you're overtraining. And that's when you're going to probably experience more injuries and you're going to need to take more time off the gym because you're just simply doing too much that your body can't handle. Remember, you want to be stimulating the muscle, not annihilating it. If you can't recover from your training, that means your next session is not effective. Therefore, you're not going to be building any more muscle. The key, no matter what you're doing in the gym, is achieving failure in your sessions. I'm going to put some clips on here of me training, but just notice the end reps are always very slow. Your first and your last rep should never be identical elliptical, the concentric, where you're contracting the muscle, should always be significantly slower on those later reps. That can show you that you are getting near to failure. And again, especially on higher rep sets, you should be experiencing that burn, that lactic acid buildup. That's kind of telling you that you're reaching near that failure point. Again, with your training, you want to be trying to hit all your muscles 2 times per week as a minimum. Studies have shown time and time again that more frequency typically is going to lead to more growth. Again, it's better to kind of split up. Let's say you're going to do 10 sets of chest a week. It's better to split that up with 5 sets on a Monday, 5 sets on a Thursday, than just all 10 sets on that Monday. Keeping your frequency high, that's going to be keeping your performance high, and that's also going to be making sure that you're able to recover in a shorter period of time. And again, the last thing, the most important thing here is to make sure you're getting stronger over time. That is the key when you want to build muscle. Your body needs a stimulus. Your body needs something to change. If you're giving it the same thing week on week on week, it knows it can already do that with your current amount of muscle, your current strength, your current kind of size. You need to be increasing the demand that your body is under in order for it to grow more muscle to deal with the demand you're putting it under. Okay, so the way you do that is by getting stronger. I start out week 1, I squat 60 kilos, 15 reps. Week 2, 62.5 kilo on that bar. Maybe I get 13 to 14 reps. Week 3, maybe I do the same way and I get back up to 15. Week 4, now I'm at 65 kilos. That's how the process works, week on week, year on year. Obviously, as you get more advanced, it's going to slow down, but in the beginning, you have no excuse but to be getting stronger and stronger week on week. And the last point here is actually enjoying it. At the end of the day, it's not that deep. It doesn't matter that much as long as you're headed in the right direction. Don't miss out on things because you're too busy building muscle, especially if this is not your job, this is not your career, you're not making money out of it. If it's a hobby, just do it as and when you can, do it the majority of the time. Again, there's definitely sacrifices that you can and probably should be making if you do want to get to the end goal, but it shouldn't be at the cost of relationships or friendships, family time, of other things that you would usually do. It's not worth it. You don't need to rush the process to get from A to B. It's going to take time and you should enjoy the journey. No matter if your life is stressful or if it's very peaceful at the time, enjoy it regardless. The gym is never going to leave you. You also should not be focusing on perfection. You should be focusing on doing as much as you can. Perfection does not exist. And I think when you strive for that, the majority of the time, you're going to leave yourself in a worse headspace than had you just tried to do as good as you can without stressing yourself about the minute details that, especially in these early stages, are not that important. My last point here in terms of enjoyment is actually staying healthy. Your health is the key to everything that you do in the gym. If you're not healthy, you're not going to be able to train properly, you're not going to be able to recover well, and you're not going to be progressing. So if you feel like you need to take a step back, to take 2 steps forward, then do that. It's absolutely fine. There's no stress on you getting from, 150 pounds to 190 pounds in a year. Take your time with it. Because inevitably, the calmer and slower you take things, the further you're going to be able to get forward. If you try and rush things super fast in an unsustainable manner, you're probably going to create injuries for yourself. You're going to not enjoy the process as much, and eventually that's going to mean that you're going to give up altogether. Take things slow, enjoy the process, and know, as I said, the gym is here for life. You don't need to complete it in a year or so. So guys, I hope this video helped. If you've got any questions off the back of it, do let me know. And again, I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.